Okay, sister. I'm done, I give up. Who is she? Sistar Cosmetics. I'm excited but a little bit nervous about today's video because I'm doing a full face of makeup with a brand that I had never even heard of until recently. I'm doing a full face of Sistar Cosmetics. Hey everyone, it's Miranda. Welcome back to my channel where I talk all things budget, beauty, fashion, and lifestyle. If that sounds interesting to you, then become the newest member of the Slashed Squad by hitting subscribe and the bell icon. Today's Slashed Squad member shout out goes to Joe V80. Joe, you've been around for a while. Thank you for all your support throughout the years. You can be featured in my next video by subscribing and following me on Instagram. So like I said, I have never tried Sistar Cosmetics and I had never even heard of them until they emailed me asking if I wanted to try anything from them. I checked out their website and Instagram. It seemed like they had trendy products for pretty affordable prices. I used the store locator feature on their website and I found out that this brand is sold in discount stores and beauty supply stores nationwide, and they're actually in a few stores near me here in Vegas. So if there's something that catches your eye in this video, maybe they're sold near you. Otherwise, you can check them out on their website. I will leave the link below. All right, let's start this full face of first impressions. All right, I'm starting out with the It's You Skin Perfecting Liquid Foundation. This is $8.99 on their website. Okay, nude seems like a pretty good match so far. Oh, she's got coverage though. The consistency of this foundation is pretty creamy, but as I blend it on with the sponge, it doesn't feel heavy. I mean, as you probably saw, I had some healing acne, some hyperpigmentation, and it's giving me pretty decent coverage. I would say medium full. Okay, so that's one layer, already pretty dang good coverage. I'm just gonna go over some of the little spots that are still peeking through and see how buildable this foundation is. Okay, so it's layering the coverage really easily and it's not looking cakey or anything. Definitely a fan. So as this foundation sets, I'm really liking the finish. There's a natural radiance to it, but it's not dewy. It's also not matte or cakey, even though I did layer up the coverage. I don't think we really got to a full coverage zone, but we're nearly there. I'm using the Brow Perfecting Pencil. This is $8.99, and this is the shade Charcoal. Okay, so this is definitely a great color match for me. I have dark brows, but they're not quite black, so usually like anything called ash brown works for me, charcoal, and this is a really nice cool brown. I feel like the pencil's a little bit stiff. I'm kind of putting a lot of pressure down to get this outline crisp. The pencil formula brushes through with the spoolie really nicely. I take back what I said earlier about this being stiff. I think it just needed to warm up because now it's kind of gliding on a little bit easier. It's still not creamy, which I actually like because I have more control with a little bit stiffer of a formula. But yeah, it's becoming easier to apply as I'm going. So now I'm gonna go in with the It's You Skin Perfecting HD Concealer. This is $5.99 and I have the shade Ivory. It's a little bit lighter than my skin tone, obviously, because I am gonna be using it under my eyes and then to shape my brows. Wow. Blends really easily into the foundation. Again, a really nice natural radiance. It does not look cakey, it doesn't look dry, especially because I do have these lines right under my eyes. Sometimes concealer in that area can just be tricky, but this is looking pretty darn good. We'll check back in a few to see if it really settles into those lines. I wanna point out the concealer wand on this. It's almost like a liquid lipstick shape. The actual applicator does come to a tapered point, which I think is kind of cool for a concealer because you'll really be able to get into those creases of your face. The tapered concealer wand is also very helpful for getting right up against the brow to help shape it. And I would say that this is about a medium coverage concealer as well. Just seeing how it applies to my eyelid area, which I didn't have foundation on. Next, I'll be using their contour palette, which costs $14.99, and we have 3 shades inside. This is the medium version. So we have a dark contour shade, kind of a medium bronzing shade, and then what looks to be a highlight shade, although this makes me nervous. It looks a little dark for my skin tone to be a highlight shade. First, I'm gonna go into the darkest contour shade. It's a little bit on the warmer side for a contour shade, which I don't mind in the summer very much, but I will say that this contour is very pigmented. With the medium bronzing shade, I'm going to bring that onto my forehead a little bit. All right, we'll come back to this highlight in just a second, but I wanna add blush. This is their Half Moon blush. It's kind of a 2-in-1. There are 2 shades within the compact. It costs $7.99. And this shade is called Rosy Cheeks. I think I'm actually just gonna swirl the 2 shades together and kind of see what we get. Ooh, pretty. That's very pigmented. Yeah, that has a lot of color payoff. Let me see if I can just blend this a little bit with a clean brush. Yeah, both the contour and blush both went on with a lot of color, although they seem to blend out very easily. Layering on top of the liquid foundation really nicely as well, very smooth. All right, I'm nervous, but we're gonna go back into this highlight shade in the medium contour palette, although it just looks a little bit deep for me. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's a little deep for me. Just one swipe and it's like deeper than my foundation. I'm just gonna go ahead and lightly blend that into my blush. Okay, it's not too bad. So obviously, these products will definitely cater to people with deeper skin tones. For me, I mean, I'm usually a medium in most makeup brands, but as you can see from this highlight, this palette is probably meant for someone just a little bit deeper than I am. Sistar Cosmetics does have eyeshadow palettes, but what really caught my eye from their shadow selection were these glow glitter liquid eyeshadows. They just looked so freaking gorgeous that I wanted to try these more than the palettes, but because they are more lid shades, I'm just gonna add some definition to the crease of my eye using the contour palette really quickly. So I just used the middle bronzing shade as a transition, the highlight on my brow bone, and the deep contour shade in my outer corner and crease. And that is just a little makeup hack for you if your contour palette is pigmented enough. If you're in a pinch, you can use it for a lot of your eyeshadow routine. Okay, I just want to swatch the 4 shades that I have for you really quickly on my hand because I cannot wait to see what these look like. So first we have the Glow Glitter in Diamond. Whoa. That is really pretty. It's a little bit translucent, but there's a ton of silver glitter in there. Next we have Stardust. Kind of looks like a pinky champagne. Oh, hell yeah. This is gorgeous. This one's a lot more opaque than the diamond one. That's Stardust. Wow, look at that reflectiveness. Next we have Rose Gold. Oh my gosh. It's like liquid metal. And lastly, we have 24 Karat. Oh my gosh, who gave you permission? It's interesting because the actual shadow has a color to it, but then it's filled with this glitter, like chunky glitter particles. So it almost looks like you've just put on like an opaque layer of glitter. I'm gonna use Stardust. This is just so beautiful. Now the applicator is flat with a rounded tip. I'm gonna see if I can apply straight to my lid and get almost a cut crease look without having to cut my crease ahead of time with concealer. Oh my gosh, it is even more gorgeous on the lid. Yeah, so I'm having no problem creating a cut crease look just straight from the applicator, so that saves a ton of time. I'm a little bit shook. I don't know if I mentioned how much these were. $8.99. So what I think I'm gonna do to try to blend it more easily on my lid is take a little bit on my finger and then kind of just tap at the edge there so that it doesn't end so abruptly. This is their Ultimate Define Gel Eyeliner, and I'm gonna be using the shade Sweet Orchid for something a little bit different. These are only $5.99 and they have like a little built-in smudger on the end. But if you pull the smudger completely off, then you can also find the secret pencil sharpener. Let's see if we can add a little pop. Ooh. That's really pretty. Just a little something different, a pop of color. This is a really creamy formula. It just glides on with a lot of color. Also just gonna pop it into my waterline and see how that does. It's actually kind of translating more pink on the waterline. All right, gonna quickly curl my lashes. Okay, I will say as I was doing my eyeliner, I don't know if it's maybe because I was brushing off a little bit of the glitter with the liner tip, but I am getting some glitter fallout on my cheeks now. It's not super noticeable or it's not like a lot, but there is definitely some chunky glitter kind of falling down this way. Next up, testing out their Dazzle Lash Mascara. This is a $7.99 mascara. The wand is very interesting. We've got this sort of swell shape with a lot of spikies on the end. Wow, these spikes are really scary because they're a lot longer than the rest of the brush. I feel like it's pretty inevitable that I'm gonna be poking myself. Definitely seeing added length with this mascara, not a lot of thickness though. It's also getting a little bit clumpy on the bottom. I'm gonna try a second layer and see if I can build it up or if it's just gonna get super clumpy. Oh. Actually, seems to be building up okay without too many clumps. Okay, so it is definitely a buildable mascara. Still not a lot of thickening going on. I feel like my lashes still look a little sparse. What do you think? Still not a big fan of this wand. I feel like the spikies at the end are just hard to maneuver around. I will say the highlight of this mascara is that it gave me a lot more lift than just by curling my lashes. So it's really opening up my eyes. All right, so Sistar Cosmetics had a bunch of these Smooth Touch Auto lip liners and in some pretty fun colors. So I actually want to kind of go with the theme of the lavender on my eyelid and use the lavender lip liner for my lip color today. And again, these lip liners have hidden sharpeners in the bottom. Very, very handy if you want to get that really crisp outline. So very, very smooth application. I'd say a demi-matte finish. And even though this color really glides on, it's not too soft, so I don't have to worry about the tip breaking off, because that happens with a lot of lip liners when I try to go in and like fill in my whole lip. All right, last product we're gonna test out is the It's You Skin Perfecting Finishing Powder. It comes with this powder puff that's actually pretty good quality, like it's pretty bouncy, but I am just gonna use my normal powder brush for this. I wanna mention a packaging win for this product that I just noticed that I think is really awesome. The sifter sits pretty deep into this jar, so that means that once powder is above the sifter, you're gonna have room to actually swirl around your brush without kicking up a bunch of powder outside of the jar. Genius. This is nice, it's very fine. And it seems to be giving the foundation a very smoothed out, powdery airbrush finish without it looking dried out. It's making my skin look super smooth. Dare I say, this kind of reminds me of the Laura Mercier powder, which was my absolute favorite, but is so hella expensive that after I broke the jar during my wedding, I never went back and bought any more because it's just so expensive. It's seriously like an airbrush. Where did my pores go? Can you see them? Hello, pores. I'm done, I give up. Who is she? Sistar Cosmetics. All right, here is the finished full face of Sistar Cosmetics look. All right, I just wanna let y'all know that I am not an affiliate for Sistar Cosmetics. They did not pay me for this video. I literally was just curious about this brand I had never heard of. And as you saw, I was pretty impressed with a lot of what I tried today. Just a little bit of follow-up throughout this application process. Like I said, I was seeing a little bit of fallout of the glitter as time went on. I am seeing a little bit more on the tops of my cheeks. However, I realized that they also sent me a glitter primer that I did not use. So that may remedy that situation, but on its own, it's still not a ton of fallout. Like I said, nothing that would drive me crazy. Also, under my eyes in those creases, I am seeing just a little bit of settling from the concealer, but super easy to just tap out of those lines. So I'll update you all in the comments below. I will pin my comment on how this wore throughout the day. Tell me down below which product I tried today impressed you the most, and then join me in this video where I do a $50 makeup challenge with products from Dollar General. I'll see you over there. Bye!